Okay, so after we put in this fence yesterday, thankfully we did because it's hot today, we put in water with a float, and then we just brought our yearlings out here so they can graze here, and then we're going to turn the mamas and their babies out where the yearlings were. And then at night or in the evening time, then we'll put the mamas back in to their place where they can go to a barn, which is the hoop barn, and then we'll let these girls come back over. But they should be really good over here. There's a bit of alfalfa growing here, so we're really going to have to watch them for bloat signs. But all in all, this should be a really good pasture for them. And hopefully they find that down by the creek is actually the nicest place to be on a warm day. You know, because goats like the warm weather. However, the dip in temperature at night as opposed to what it is during the day takes a little acclimating. I like hot weather too, but it's like 80 some degrees today, and whew, I'm sweating. Probably because I got a little sunburn yesterday. Whew. I tell you, until that breeze hits you, it's a bit warm. So I'm going to close up this gate so we can let these girls out. Oh, that's right. I know why she wants to chase them out of here, because we want to put some hay bales in there. But it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody's running out of steam. Hello? Oh my gosh, let me open the gate first. Yeah, they kind of know. Woo, woo. Always gotta be one. Oh, gotcha. Had to go home and check on the water. If you do anything during the day, check on water. Make sure they got water. Chew and you wonder why the water's gross. It is hot. Ah. Gotta make sure that the babies go with them, or else the babies will come back and just lay there and cry. And the does are too excited to wait for him. So now we start the rotation of grazing during the day. Then at night they come in. Babies will treat feed. We're going to be taking these girls out to their designated pasture for the day. Then we'll be taking the mamas and their babies out to this pasture. And we'll be putting some hay bales out. So, knock my stick over. So in the evening time, they have some roughage to counteract all the fresh grass that they're getting. And we're finally noticing that the bucks are starting to breed. It always seems to happen when we do copper sulfate. Peaceful. Lead them out there, Tico. Yes, run into the gate. Ooh, yes. It's so much fun. Run, chunky goats, run. Run, chunky goats, run. Come on, Matilda. I see your snotty nose cleared up. Good. Now we're gonna take these girls out. Not that they need much encouragement, but we had to get their babies out of the creek feeder. Yes, I see you. You guys gotta let me open this though. No, get out of there. Hi, big moosey moose. Okay, so we want to put hay bales in here. We've already got a cage here. We've got makings for a cage there.
Yep.
Out here, where do you want to put their hay?
Well, I'm going to put theirs up in the yard.
Ugh. Where in the yard?
So when it's raining,
They'll actually go out and eat it.
yeah.
Okay, so everybody's out on pasture. However, we are noticing that the grass, of course, is very nice and lush and green, which is good, but when they come in at night, and we're expecting rain as well, they need some roughage to eat on. So we decided we're gonna put out some of our section line hay, which is really, really nice hay. They really like it. So then they have something to help their rumens work. This is the reason why you have to have hay out this time of the year with your goats, because the act of chewing is actually something that helps them activate their rumens. Put this in the burn barrel when we get these set up. And you know, we still have the lick tubs out for them, which has a probiotic in it, as well as vitamins and minerals, and then we keep loose minerals out with them. Ouch, it's in my shoe. and baking soda as well to help them if they've got bloat or a gut ache. But these, once it reaches a certain temperature, if it starts getting into the 80s, those actually will start melting out of there. So we're hoping that by the time they get done with these, then we won't be putting any more in until late fall. So just they attract a lot of flies too, and the flies start coming out. And when you pay as much as you do for one of these tubs, you don't want it all melting out onto the ground, because then they just step and walk all over it. So yeah, there's always a method to the madness. Always something to do. We're gonna put cages around these, of course, so they don't attack them. There's always one or two that like to climb on top. Little acrobat goats. But yeah, so this should last them. Hopefully they don't dig into this stuff like they do the alfalfa, for obvious reasons, but it is important for them to have in here. And this is where we burn all of this. Hope that doesn't catch. Still kind of steaming. Do you want to get panels? Okay. So now we gotta go get the panels out of the boys' pen. Hi, boys. To put around as a cage. And we got a lot of panels sitting around. We're hoping that we can clean this year. If it's a dry year, we definitely will be able to. If it is not, we might not get to it again. You don't have to come in, puppy dog, but thank you for following. You feel like you gotta protect us from the sticks. So when we feed hay out like this, after about a year, this is what it turns into. And this is lovely dirt and manure. But it does take a bit for the tractor to get through it, so we like to clean it up. We just, again, it was so wet last year, it was almost impossible to do. Where do you want to put them? We don't really need them over there. But we could put them and lean them up against that post so we get them out of here. I think we can do that. You know, lean them up against the leaning post. Because it is kind of hard on these fences, leaning things up against them. Yeah, we'll grab these next.
Do we carry them over, or you want me to?
I'd like for you to, well, we can just carry them over. It's not that far. Geez, I got wire all over. And just think, I carried all of these over here all by myself.
I couldn't do it.
in the snow. Okay, gotta lift it up over the post. Woo! Almost wasn't tall enough. I don't think we'll regret burying this under some panels. Yeah, just a little. Okay. The leaning post. Yep. So yes, this year since I quit my full-time job for now, I'm going to be helping a little bit more on the farm. So I get to help hay this year, which I love to hay. Right now our raking tractor is over on the rock picker. This is our yard cleaning tractor. It's a beast. Not so much powerful as it is old, but it's the first tractor I learned to bale with and all of that. So we use our New Holland tractor to run our moco. Then we rake, and then we use the New Holland to also bale. Would it be nice to have a separate baling tractor? Would, however. We are not that big of an operation. So this gives you any idea of how deep this actually does get. We'll have to clean this yard again. The grass is actually starting to grow on top of all of that stuff. That's fine.
Don't have to work at getting in here just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Guess you gotta
Yeah, lean it just a little bit. Perfect.
This is good. Roughage.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Hitting there.
yeah.
And to be honest, I really don't want that panel under there because if it starts getting
It's tough to get it on.
mucky around, actually, let's use these ones since they're right here. So that's what it looks like with cage around it. Might be. Taller than our alfalfa bales. We make our alfalfa bales a bit smaller because alfalfa is a lot heavier. And as you can see, we don't have the biggest tractor in the world. So these are good sized bales. So that is a problem when you have babies, because they get through the panels, and for some reason they like to just get in there, and with that space right there, that's a dangerous spot because they'll wedge themselves in there and you can't get them out. So we're gonna see if we can shove all of them over. There we go. Much better. There, they can't get through here. Okay, so we got those bales over there. Put in the cage. Now we're putting some on this side because there's plenty of girls in here and we don't want them to fight. It's good to have all of these just sitting around. Okay. 2 bales of cages here, 2 bales of cages here, 2 bales and cages over there. Hey, Beanie. Nice. Okay. I just figured out that gate's open. Did we miss?
These guys are kind of crazy.
Yep. It's weather.
Look at them. Oh, nuts.
Did we miscalculate how many bales we should put in? I just didn't think that they would dive in so much. It was just a backup for them to eat. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they're eating that hay so much.
I am too.
They must have really needed it. Well, and it's section line hay.
They love section line.
They love section line hay. Tiny Tina. Whoa, look at how big these boys are. This boy and that girl. You got some big babies. Ouch, Tina. With your horns. Okay, I think all that's left to do is feed bottle kids. Yeah. Oh, Tina. You're such a good girl. Feed bottle kids, and then we'll be done for the night. After learning on how to hook up the haying equipment, or getting a refresher course, came out here and these girls had jumped over this fence, pushed it over because it's so wet that the posts just go right on over. Happens. And they were out in our hayfield, no big deal. So we chased them in, and now we're working on revising this fence a little bit. We keep having goats get their heads stuck in this fence for some reason. Guess they want to be over there. We do have a fence, panel fence between these girls and those girls, but soon these guys will all combine. So it's not a tragedy if they get in together, but we're trying our best to keep them separated for now. Well, whose fault is that? This gal may need a shot. She's breathing pretty hard and got snotty nose. Two, two, three. Okay, so we put up a couple more posts here in hopes that they won't. I don't know, putting a fence in a corner, it's a tough thing. We have a creek that runs here. We should have probably put it up a little higher, and we may later on, but for now, this is how we're doing it. Thinking it's time to fertilize out here. Stuff's getting just not as bushy as what it should be, or as thick. Give it a month, but this native grass makes some of the best hay. And we're thinking too, we're gonna spread some manure out here because the cost of fertilizer is astronomical. You ask any farmer what their biggest expense seems to be, and that's fertilizer. So we will drop some manure on her. And the nice thing about that is, you know, there may be some weed seeds in that manure, but this is grown in so nicely that it'll crowd that out and won't let it get a chance to germinate and grow in here. So it's pretty good. Like I said, we like to get it before it gets really, really tall, because then it's nice and tender and the goats just love it. You let it, a lot of people wait until almost fall to do their haying. That's fine if you're going to feed it to cattle. The cattle don't mind the coarseness, but the goats like it when it's shorter. While we're up here, show you guys the pasture that we have our 2-year-olds out on. And back when we had a smaller herd, this was like all we needed. But now we have more pasture land, and this is nice and lush with grass, so lucky girls, lucky girls. They got all the food that they could want, and they love being in here.